Hey, board gamers, BJ from Board Game Gumbo here, back in the Gumbo pot. So excited to be back on our Game Toppers LLC table. Don't forget, make your game nights a showstopper when you play on a Game Topper. And we saw that Game Topper all weekend, isn't that right?
Yeah. Played on it, interviewed on it, yeah.
You did. You actually played a game on it, J Bell.
We played Tiny Epic Galaxies.
That was the first time playing that?
Oh, no.
No, okay, you're a Tiny Epic fan. Hey, so we're talking about Southern Board Game Fest, which just happened this past weekend. Jay, how was your SoBo?
Well, I'm upset that you're wearing my shirt, but it's bound to happen, for sure.
I didn't wear mine all weekend because I couldn't find it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It was stuck underneath my seat in my truck. So, no, really, how was your SoBo?
It was really great. I'm really exhausted. I don't know how you guys, had energy to even post about it the next day, because I was just in recovery mode.
I was burnt yesterday. I can honestly say this. This is my favorite SoBo that I've ever been with you.
Yeah, well, that makes me feel really sad, BJ.
Why you say that?
Because this is the only one.
That's the only one. That's right.
Yeah.
No, I told John Newman, the director of Southern Board Game Fest. I guess Sagan is technically the director. But
sure, yeah.
John's kind of our father figure there. I told him it was my favorite SoBo so far. It really was.
It was a good time.
And the reason was, number one, we got to hang out and play games a lot. Although I didn't see you very much on Saturday, but you were pretty busy on Saturday. But we hung out on Friday. And the second reason is, sure, it's about games, but having people like the Newmans, Patrick and Cindy Newman coming over, putting face to name, having Brett Brock from Mississippi and his lovely wife Alex, who we've been chatting with for months, but we never got to actually meet him. We got to hang out with him. I actually got to play a game with him. I played Harvest Dice with him. Had a good time there. Getting to shake the hands of Carlos and Rob and Dan.
Yeah.
From those guys were a trip from the Pizza Dice podcast.
So fun.
Man. Yeah. Putting all those people, seeing Jesse and Melissa again in person, it's nice to play online with them, but to actually see them in person for the first time in 2 years. Yeah. I hadn't seen Emily, Sagan's wife Emily. I hadn't seen her in 3 years. So it was nice to actually, hey, Steve O'Rourke checking in. Is that? Oh, look, speaking of, that's Jesse right there. Hey, kudos to Jesse and Melissa. Wow. When we say Jesse and Melissa and iHeart Board Games gave their all.
Dynamic duo, yeah.
But did they give their all? Dave, you haven't seen the Twitch stream yet. Jesse was out of voice by 3 o'clock, man.
Yeah, he gave it his all.
He was giving his all. And speaking of that, let's get the other camera on there.
Hey, Steve. Oh.
There he is.
I said Steve.
Dave's also in the house. Dave, you missed SoBo. Did you get to play any games this weekend at all?
No. Sad face.
Not
I got to watch my wife. No. Well, yeah, actually, I've been playing a lot of Welcome 2.
Okay.
So that's kind of getting me in the mood to play Welcome to the Moon.
You haven't seen me since I played in Vegas. I played Welcome to the Moon.
Oh, really?
Your buddy O'Rourke's.
Man, kick butt. It's a chainy game.
Which one is it?
Welcome
to the Moon.
I have not played it yet. Yeah.
We played the first scenario. Yeah, it's cool because
there's different maps and stuff.
Yeah. So the first one you're building the rocket, and then you go to
it's crazy.
The maps progress through the story.
So this is the same Welcome to series from
it's Welcome to the Moon.
Okay, but it's just Welcome to the Moon.
But
Jesse said he's so tired he had to drive to Shreveport. More gaming, Jesse, or you were just going to play for work? I guess it was for work.
Steve's the man.
Steve says, Duga! No, Jesse was completely out of voice by Saturday afternoon, and then we still had all day Sunday. So, but Alyssa was a trooper, though.
Yeah.
She had questions ready to go. She was prepared for all the interviews. I may have just kind of winged it a little bit.
Not you.
Melissa had all these prepared questions, and I'm just...
You winged?
I'm just
like
ripping.
A wet chicken.
I'm just ripping. So what was the highlight of the games you played? Was there a highlight?
Actually, you know what? Yeah. Bushido.
Yes!
I was very surprised by how much I liked that game.
You liked it?
Yeah.
That was alright.
Yeah, I definitely was surprised. I won it, thankfully. It was a play to win. And no, I think that's right up me and my older brother's alley,
By the way, I
I
stand
think
corrected.
BJ played a lot of Bushido, right, BJ?
I have played tons of Bushido and sold tons of Bushido.
You said there's an expansion.
There is an expansion. It's got green exploding dice. But Jesse said those were not, those were Melissa's questions. That's good. Yes, Steve, winging it. Name Father checking in. Thank you. Patrick and Cindy should be checking in pretty soon, too. Yeah. He said he had no voice to deliver the questions. Yeah, there were some really good questions. Some of them came straight from, we were talking to Roy Cannaday, who did who's doing Last Light. It's coming out on GameFound next month, and so we got to interview him about his 4X game. And some of the questions were from the president of Gray Fox Games. So Jesse's got that inside. He does all this Kickstarter videos for it. Steve says, also be pleased to know that Bushido has staying power. Yeah, it's fantastic, man. That game needs more. I can't think of the designer's name, but it's Pedro somebody.
It just felt like Mortal Kombat. Like, you pick your 5 moves and you pick your weapon and you just go at it. Me and Jeremy got to play Jeremy Montz.
And you can dink and dunk, or just power up for that big, I just did whatever it is, 12 or 15, and you can't come back from
That's
it.
how you got me.
Oh, that's how you got
me, yep.
I am sad, mea culpa, I did not get to play Jeremy's game, and I watched people playing it, and it
Which
looked like
one?
people were having so much fun.
Because I played a couple of their games.
Four-player battle game that he has.
I didn't play that one, but they make some really hilarious games. I really enjoyed that too.
That is and Jeremy said, I really want you to play Sunday afternoon, but I will tell you, by 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon, I don't know if I played another game the rest of the afternoon. I was burnt.
Yeah.
I had that 3-hour Reavers of Midgard demo, and after that, I was just totally burnt, man.
Isle of Cats only took me an hour and a half.
Yeah, you did pretty well.
Yeah, you did. I did way better than you.
Mine was the game took 2 hours itself, but there was a lot of chit chat in there. So we started.
So how was the epic? Game of Thrones. How did that go down?
8-hour Game of Thrones. I know Jay was jealous.
No.
8
I told him I would have
hours
just wanted to die in the first episode. Just kill me off. I'll be that.
So Jack shows up with everything, and he's always wanted to play a big 8-player game of it. We played 6 before, but never 8.
Did he? Oh, he had the Mother Dragons
He
expansion.
had the Mother Dragons. He had his mat. He had all of his stuff ready to go. He'd been studying all night on Friday night, before Merchants of the Dark Road, and then afterwards he stayed up all night just getting ready for it. So he shows up. They don't show up till like 12. I'm like, Jack, just grab 2 or 3 people and play a quick 2 or 3 hour game. No, I want to play an 8-person. And he just kept waiting and waiting. And finally around 2 o'clock, Jesse says that was madness. Finally around 2 o'clock, he had enough people. The teach took an hour and a half or so. It's a long teach, especially with all these new players. And look, Ray's girlfriend had played nothing bigger than Azul in her life. That's it. That's the biggest game she'd ever played. Stephanie, Jack's girlfriend, had never played anything but some of the family games that we played, like Durian or things like that. She never played any of those. So 8 hours was not, it was 6.5 hours of game time with about an hour and a half teach. They were on the table for 8 hours, and they took like a 20-minute break.
Yeah, they're done. Nah, they were just...
They took an intermission at hour 4. So
get some sustenance.
So Ray showed up and played 3 hours of brass starting at 10. They didn't finish. And then at 2, they started with this. So he was there from 10 until roughly 10 o'clock, 12 hours, and he played 2 games the whole day.
It reminds me of a Dobbler. He set up Arc Nova on Saturday night, I think around like 8. With the, did he do
With
beans and dice? Yeah.
Yep.
And it took him 2 days. Took him that
It's a
night.
long game, man.
Next morning, yeah.
Especially the first time you play, right? I've heard people tell me that they get to play time once people know what they're doing.
Yeah. Similar like Terraform Mars and stuff. Once you know what's going on.
All right. So anything else for SoBo? Any other highlights?
It's just an overall good time, man. Seeing everybody.
I know what my highlight was, and this is unusual for me because normally I would say some Euro game, right?
I know what your highlight
What
was.
was it?
Captain Sonar.
Captain Sonar.
It was fun.
8-person Captain Sonar, and it was so thematic, man.
We played the same position on opposite teams.
They do that on purpose, right? And so I had Sagan in my ear. Have you ever heard Sagan talk? He's got this big, deep baritone right in my ear. So Jay's trying to keep up with everything he's saying.
I had him too. I was on Sagan.
But
I knew exactly where he was going.
In the first half of the game, y'all really had him.
Yeah.
Y'all had him. Oh, look, there's Mitchell. Hey, what's up, Captain Sonar?
Yeah, Mitchell was on my
Kudos
team.
to Mitchell. Mitchell had a fantastic teach. So, because I hadn't played the game since PAX South 2017. That was the last time I played it. Me and Philip Fano. So I didn't know what I was doing. But you had Marshall as your captain, and Marshall would do this.
Yeah, BJ.
So I got about a half of the commands. So the first half, Jay's all over us. I mean, like on our tail the whole time, and then we dodged a couple of bullets and we got free. I didn't have Marshall till the second half. Finally, I stopped. Remember, I was doing like this. What was the command? What did he say?
Yeah.
And so they would repeat what Marshall has.
Sagan's good though, man. Sagan like pulled him out of some tough spots.
I've never seen this happen, Dave. So I tracked him down to one quadrant, and they were riding along 2 quadrants so that they would kind of bounce in and out, and so we couldn't radar them. And at some point, I said, Sagan, they just missed these islands. I think they're right about here. And he said, I know what I'm going to do. So he brings us up from the south of them, and then he just said, we're not moving. And he sat there, and Marshall was like, so Marshall kept moving, and now we can hear everything he's saying. We plotted everything out. And Sagan looks and says, stop, torpedo K7. Boom, direct hit. It was like a movie in my mind. Like we could actually see that sub
close,
just
too.
trade. Yeah. It was good.
Yeah.
Am I too loud? Yeah, I'm coming out too loud. We reset everything from SoBo, so we need to.
Yeah.
I need to pick this out, so
Yeah.
I can fix that up. Talk about something else there, Jay.
Sure.
Singing. You heard so you like Onitama? Have you played that?
I don't think I played it. No.
It's pretty cool. It's like chess-like, where the way you move is with cards. Mm-hmm. There's a card in the middle, right? And you can pick
Check.
one of your
3.
This is the card in the middle plus
there.
2 cards that you have, and that's your movement. And then once you do that, you switch out the card that you use with the the card. How's it go, Bear?
Onitama? Man, I haven't. I don't know if I've ever.
You
actually
switch
played
it whenever you use the card. You take. Oh yeah, you get to choose the 2 cards that you have.
Flips over. The Duke flips over.
Well, no, there's
Only
2
time
cards
you
that you
switch out
have,
the cards,
right?
Yeah.
And it's movement, and you switch it out with the card in the middle. Well, there's this expansion for it called Light and Shadows. I think that's what it's called. Anyways, there's 2 different modes that you can play. One of them is Light, where both of y'all have like ninjas.
Okay.
That you have this hidden board, and you both have 2 little ninjas on each side. You can move with the cards along with your pieces down on the board. Or Shadows, where one person has ninjas and you don't. You just have regular pieces. And they don't have pieces on the other side. All they have is the ninjas behind the board. So like you have to kind of guess, and you have a lantern that you can light like a column, and you say like, "Is one of your ninjas on this column?" And if they get caught, they're off the board.
Carl's always raised about Onitama.
Dude,
I just haven't played it yet. I just haven't played
It's
it.
like so tense because like while you're playing regular game of Onitama,
Oh, we're just looking at the new chatter.
Survive for an hour 15 on Cthulhu Death May Die.
From Dobbs.
The Dobster taught it, and he said it went so well they played it back to back, 2 in a row.
dude,
I
I
figured it out.
don't blame him, dude.
It's such a good
It's
game.
so
You know, that's not my kind of game. And I love that play that we had at BGG Con. That is one that I would play. Yeah, well,
It's-
thank you for checking in.
Yeah, is that Frithica?
Ithaca?
Is that a FR Ithaca? Is that how you say your screen name? Tell us more about that, because I know where Ithaca is. Well, one of the many, I guess.
No, but I'm wondering if or whoever Frithica is, I wonder if they were there at SoBo.
Yeah, must maybe, probably.
Hey, tell me about your play of Frogs and Rain. Were you looking for feedback on it, or was this just
Yeah, so it was.
see if it's
It
smooth
was
out?
interesting. Some people that just moved here from Minnesota or Michigan down to the Slidell area.
oh nice.
Oh,
They were at SoBo, and it was interesting because the husband was like heavy Euro gamer, but his wife was very light. So we played Frogs and Rain, and she was like all into it, but he was like, "This is a little too easy for me," but they loved it. They really didn't have any feedback as far as like things to improve, which
that's what you want to hear?
yeah. And then we played Spotlight, and the wife was like, my brain just melted. And he was like, this is right up my alley. I like how this like makes you think.
Yeah.
Steve says about he had a little Red October joke, and Steve does this little trick with he can get anybody to sound like Sean Connery. Steve, I can't remember what the line is. See, give me the line, and I'll see if I'll do a Sean Connery. Is that a reference?
What do you think about-
You know, reference Sean Connery? Yeah, maybe. Okay, James Bond,
Yeah.
Highlander, Indiana
One of the
Jones.
originals.
Mitchell, you're right. Dan from Beans and Dice, man.
Oh, really? In
I
Spotlight?
taught them Spotlight, but he really taught me Spotlight. Is what happened.
Dan is the gray. He goes by the gray gamer. I think is what he goes by. He's been doing YouTube videos for years, and he owns a game store. Or a board game cafe.
Yeah,
that guy's he's a veteran, man. He is definitely a veteran.
He did like minimal talking the whole time. He was just watching the cards.
Frithika said, "This is Trip," and he was at the convention, and he played. So you were a part of Jeremy's Cthulhu Death May Die play. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So good.
So the other, Steve was asking about any other highlights we had. My other highlight was very well. Steve already knows this, that it was Circle the Wagons, which he's been telling me to play for years, and I finally got to play. But I got to finally play a game called Best Treehouse Ever. Have you ever played that?
You did say
it's one of those green couch games, little tiny box games, and it's a puzzle game. You know, I love those tableau building puzzle games, and it was so much fun. Knock knock. Yeah, what is it?
So funny thing about Hunt for Red October, that was one of the first games my parents bought me. Besides like Monopoly and Connect 4 and all that.
Oh, look.
Free Radicals upside down.
Free Radicals upside down. Look behind you. It sure is upside down.
Oh, man.
So to answer this joke.
Who's there?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
I don't remember. He's going to have to do the joke. I can't remember it.
Dishes who?
Dishes. Dishes who?
I'm the only one answering.
I just did. Dishes who?
This is you. Like is that?
This is Sean Connery.
This is Sean Connery. Yeah.
This is Sean Connery.
All right, I'm leaving. Have a good night.
Hey, we need some more dad jokes from you. This is Sean Connery. There it is.
Hey Steve, did you have the Hunt for Red October board game?
Was there a board game?
Yes.
I don't know. Was it bad?
I don't know. I couldn't understand the rules because I was only a kid.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of things.
I tried to read the rules.
Name Father said he did not.